my husband Josh so much, and he thinks I slept with his stepfather Mike.
We're going to find out whose child this is.
Josh? This is Sandy. And Sandy's desperate to prove to her husband of 2 years, Josh, that he is the father of their 8-month-old son, Joshua Jr. Here's the problem. Josh is denying his son, Josh Jr., because Josh believes with all of his heart that Sandy cheated on him with Josh's own stepfather. Right. Now, Sandy completely denies everything with Josh's stepfather. Is determined to save the marriage with the help of a paternity test. Watch this.
I love my husband Josh so much, and he denies our son because he thinks I slept with his stepfather Mike, and I would never do anything like that. We've been together for 5 years, and we have 2 kids together, and I cannot believe that he does not think that our son is his and it's his stepfather Mike's. I never had a father growing up, and he was like that father to me that I never had. That's it. Josh overheard Mike tell me that he loved me and he wanted to marry me. He wasn't being serious. He just said it because he knew I deserved better. That's it. I know that my baby is Josh's. Josh, I love you. And I would never, ever sleep with your stepfather, Mike. And I swear that our son is yours, and you need to believe me.
Josh accuses you of sleeping with his stepfather.
Yeah, he does every day.
Why?
Because we have like a close relationship.
Now, he's also accused you of sleeping with your stepfather.
Right.
And that the child is his.
Right.
Now, are you sure the child is Josh's?
I'm positive.
Well, you know what everybody in my audience is thinking right now? That child doesn't look like Josh.
It does. He looks just like me. He doesn't look like either of them. He looks just like me.
Did he start making these accusations after Josh Jr. was born?
No, when I got pregnant.
This is what he had to say. Watch this.
I honestly don't think that my youngest son, Josh Jr., is mine. I believe my wife, Sandy, has been sleeping with my stepfather, Mike, and my son might be his. Sandy and Mike hang out together behind my back, and I can't stand it. I've been to Mike's work on 3 different occasions, and Sandy's been there. I overheard Mike telling Sandy that he loved her and wanted to take care of her. Why would he say something like that if there ain't anything going on between them? This baby don't even look like me. He's pale like chalk, and he has blue eyes. Not one of his features look like me, but they do resemble Mike. One time I found out she went to Mike's house and stayed all hours of the night. Why would she be hanging out with him late at night alone if there isn't anything going on? Sandy, I love you, but I really don't know if this baby is mine.
Did Mike ever tell you that he loved you?
Yeah, we were drinking, and he was like, I love you, and you deserve better than my son. That's all he said. I deserve better than the treatment that Josh gives me, and I do. I go through this every day. I have 2 kids in 5 years. I would never do that to him. Never.
Here's Josh. Josh, come on out. Josh. So, Josh, she says you started arguing with her about whether this was your child when she was pregnant before that child ever came out, right?
Yes.
So it didn't matter what that child looked like, you still had your suspicions.
No, because I had suspicions. She stayed the night with him at her mom's house.
Yeah, what was going on there?
Every time I go up
Sandy,
to
what was
work,
going on there?
She was up there.
We were separated, and I found another bitch at my house. And so, yeah, I went over there, and I talked to him about it. So that's the reason I went over there and left at 4 in the morning and went home. Nothing happened.
But the bottom line is you shouldn't have been at his mom's house.
The bottom line is
anyway.
You shouldn't have had a bitch at my house.
I didn't have
You overheard your stepfather telling her that he loved her.
and wanted to take care of her. Now, if ain't nothing going on, what was that?
Did you ever talk to your stepfather about that?
When I said something to him about that night, he just got up and left.
She says he was just drinking and just
Exactly. A guilty conscience.
Right. This is what he had to say before the show.
Sandy and I are very close. I treat her like a daughter because she is my stepson's wife. She didn't have a father growing up, so I'm somebody she can turn to in time of need. It hurts me to think that Josh thinks I slept with his wife, Sandy. I've been his father for 15 years. He's my family. I'd never hurt him like that. I can't believe Josh thinks their child could be mine. Josh, this test is going to show you that nothing's ever happened between me and Sandy. Baby Josh is your son, and we can get past this and we can be a family again.
I want everybody to be perfectly clear. We're going to find out whose child this is. We're also going to find out if she's cheated on you, because we gave her a lie detector test. So we're going to find that out too. Here's Mike. Mike, come on out. Nice to see you, Mike. Nice to see you. What did he do? Have a seat. So you all still get along? Huh?
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat. You used to get along closer, though, didn't you, Mike?
Yeah.
He was my best friend.
Yeah.
And there's no question in your mind that child cannot be yours.
No, no question in my mind, Maury.
And that you've never slept with her.
No.
Okay. All right. We're going to find out right now. You know that. In the case of 8-month-old Josh Jr., Josh, you are the father. Now the other issue. Liz wants about whether Sandy's ever been with Josh's stepfather. You were asked if you've ever had sex with your stepfather, Mike. Sandy, you said no. The lie detector test determined you were telling the truth. I hope things get better at home.
Oh, they
because that
definitely
baby deserves it. We'll be back right after this.
He was doing everything until that came along. Now he don't want nothing to do with Lisa.
Didn't want you then, and he doesn't want you now.
Jason?
I know who my baby's father is. Your husband.
Oh, no.